Hi, my name is Amy Ashby. I'm a student here at BYU, Idaho, and this presentation is our midterm for how an organization can use the humanistic approach in their organization. In an investigation about the humanistic approach, an organization reveals that retaining employees can begin by taking care of their needs. So the human's very basic needs are food, water, air, safety, shelter, health, etc. But Abraham Maslow has made a better list. He's created a different list that also talks about the basic needs, and we still use his. His includes physiological needs, which are like the needs like food and water and shelter. The next one is safety. The next one is love and belonging, esteem, and self-actualization. So an organization can address that first one, the physiological needs, just by how they pay their employees, if they are fair when they compensate them. But what I'd like to address is the other four. And in this presentation, I'm going to try to address how organizations can begin to address those other four basic. So the humanistic approach in leadership goes beyond just meeting that first basic need, which is going beyond compensation. An organization should go beyond compensation when they are using the humanistic approach. But to do this, they can begin by asking themselves these four questions. How can we encourage our employees to want to work harder? Can we help them to be more committed? How can we help our employees want to stay and work for us? And how can we make the job more fulfilling so that the employee can create better products? We can have better employees that want to do more for an organization by meeting their needs. And let's reflect on what some of their needs might be. There are so many professionals that have highlighted the needs of employees. Some of them actually similar to what Maslow has said. But I'm going to compare two different sets of needs from two different articles in this presentation. The first one is the article was introduced by the Harvard Business Review, and they published an article called Employee Motivation, A Powerful New Model. The authors of this article describe four basic human needs, and that meeting these specific needs can help an organization have a more humanistic approach in their leadership. They talk about the need to acquire goods and services. They talk about the need to bond or to form connections with others. They talk about the need to comprehend and master one's surroundings. And they talk about the need to defend or protect with justice. And in a different article entitled Recruitment and Retention of Early Career Technical Talent by Marcy Zahari, Tristan Lipke, Stuart K. Melman, and Susan K. Nayland. These researchers were not surprised that millennials may not be as fundamentally different than their older generational counterparts. They also stressed that after arranging for fair compensation in an organization, they have higher retention when they care for other needs. So here is the second list of needs, and I want you to compare it to the list on the right. So list number 2 compared to list number 1. And you're going to notice some similarities. Organizations pretty much know that fair compensation is their highest priority. So I'm just going to cover the 4 on the left on the bottom, beginning with professional development. So professional development has to do with like extra training, extra schooling, any ways that a organization can help their employees to sharpen their skills. So employees want their employers to take an active interest in their improvement. And it goes along with the need to comprehend from the first list provided by the motivation article. So in a company in my community called House of Design, they ensure for professional development by providing robotics training for all the employees, not just the robotics team. Even the office and finance department go through robotics training, and they provide robotics training for all their customers. In a Millennial Survey, the 2016 Millennial Survey, winning over the next generation of leaders, it was an article written by Deloitte. He found that 71% of those who indicated they were likely to leave their jobs within the next 2 years were unhappy with how their leadership skills were being developed. So the idea that employees desire professional development goes hand in hand with the idea that employees have a need to comprehend the world around them. So business owners need to make personal development a priority. In the next one the next part of the list is purposeful work. So employees have a need for purposeful work, and that goes along with they have the need to comprehend, bond, and defend. So many members of society are fulfilled when they are part of something bigger. They're doing work in their community helps them to stay engaged, and this can be inside of work or outside of work. They just want to engage with the world around them or the community around them. So having a need for purpose relates to the need to comprehend, the need to bond, and the need to defend. A city employee here in my community works with our city council every other week, and they feel that their employment isn't just about doing a job, and they feel that being engaged in the city and its legislation helps them to feel they are part of something big. In an article written by Christina Comaford entitled "Got Millennials? Here's the Culture They Need," Comaford suggests that the emphasis for this generation has switched from paycheck to purpose. The next need from the list of the researchers studying retention, they found that employees have a need for flexibility in work arrangements. This goes hand in hand with the need to defend. So when compensation isn't enough for employers, they should consider schedule flexibility. Employers want to be trusted to work where and from the places they choose. In the same survey of millennials in 2016, Deloitte found that 88% of respondents said they wished for a greater opportunity to start and finish work at the times they chose. And 75% said they would like to work from home or other locations where they feel more productive. Leaders of organizations can make the leap to secure trust in their employees. When the employee feels like they can do the work, they will work harder for their employer. The employees for the search engine Google make the environment at work enticing. They have flexible hours at Google, plus a multitude of other perks other than compensation, and those are offered to employees. In return, sometimes employees will work nights and weekends to ensure they get the job done. Jobs at Google are hard to come by because the organization has earned loyalty because they are flexible with their employees. The last need highlighted by the retention researchers is the organizational ethos. It's similar to the need to bond, and it's similar to the need to defend. An organizational ethos means that employees feel comfortable in the environment of the organization. So, Pochansky and Ledford described it as a feeling of belonging to an admirable organization that shares the employee's values. So an employee will feel a part of something if the culture or environment imparts the same values that they hold. And a business that strongly values human rights for employees and customers will attract and keep. In an article that is centered around ethics in businesses by William J. May and Ronald R. Sims, the authors state this: humans are naturally repelled by evil and inspired by goodness, logic, and beauty. However, pressures of modern business culture make it difficult to sort out what lies between. What is the right thing to do can seem a perplexing question as one climbs the ladder pole of success. It shouldn't surprise anyone that employees are attracted to organizations with honest and upright social environments. When leaders use the humanistic approach, they will be answering the questions from the beginning of the presentation. The more organizations take care of their employees, the more they will take care of the employees will take care of the organization. The humanistic approach to leadership ensures leaders meet the needs of their employees. Employees can be more fulfilled at work. They can be more committed, and they can work harder for you.